Hey, did you know that Two Girls Shooting the Shit is on Instagram and Facebook? We'd love to hear your feedback, episode suggestions, or just chat with you about life. So follow, comment, and share. So yeah, that was my story. It was lackluster.
Aw.
I thought I was gonna get something. I was like, oh, this is
Dinner, at
exciting,
least feed me.
right?
Shoot.
Nobody cared, and it was just more like, oh, don't go have sex, please. Like, don't have sex.
So you had a talk about it after. Don't have
Not
sex.
really. It
Okay.
wasn't really a talk. It was just like, don't do it. Don't like. It's like not even. I don't even know if the word sex was used. It was just like,
Yeah.
don't be fast or something like that. You know, it's like
Don't be fast. You're
had
like,
to
Mom, I wish.
too
I
much
wish I could be fast.
interpretation, right? Look, y'all fucked it up. Now look at me. Now I followed
I'm
your
slow as
rules.
hell.
Now
You
look,
trying
I'm
to be
behind the
fast.
scene. 20-year-olds getting more booty than me. I don't even know what booty look like. God. Hey, girl.
Hey Mo, how are you?
You really want to know?
I can't even girl. Might as well. It's already
What are we talking about today?
This is probably why I'm in a bad mood. But it's funny that we had it scheduled. So we're gonna talk about some lady issues.
Ooh, lady issues.
You know, this thing that women get and men don't have to deal with.
Mm. Common
Periods.
sense?
Ah! Ain't that the truth?
Oh,
I can't do this.
I would be doing the same thing because it's like you're right there. You're like, I want to play with you.
But they were
You're
in a
right.
completely other room, like completely put away. And he comes out and says, "Nah, this thing you gave me, I don't want it. I don't want this tablet. I want you to do things for me because as soon as mommy's busy." Oh, Jesus.
I love it. I used to do that too. It's a kid thing. It's like a natural thing, I think. I don't
I
know.
could be sitting there doing nothing, ready
Mhm.
to do stuff with them, play, whatever. Nope, not interested. They don't want anything to do with me. And the minute I want to lay down because I'm tired or I got to cook dinner or whatever, they are literally crawling on my body.
What is that so interesting? Do you ever
Is it
ask them
though?
why? Do they
No.
know? Are they able to? Well,
They
the
just look at
thing
me
is,
like I'm
mom.
crazy. Yeah, oh yeah. Well, let me tell you the 5-point test for when I want to bother you. Because
Wait, so you're on your period right now?
no, it's coming.
Mine is finishing up. I hate it here.
Hey, we
I
used to
can't
be
wait.
synced.
I can't wait for it to stop because it's making me lose my mind.
Is
I
it?
don't
See,
even know
that's
what a period is. What's a period? What is, you seem to know all this stuff.
menstruation. It's a cycle. Our bodies
So it's
go
the
through
lining of our
cycles.
uterus.
Well, this is okay because I did some research before we got on here because I was like, oh, we're gonna talk about periods. Like
Oh
I've had
shit,
one
it's already
for
plugged up.
damn near 30 years of my life. No, 30 years. I've had periods for 30 years. Okay.
Same girl, 30
Um,
years,
I
31
should
going
know
on.
about them, right? But there's a lot that we don't know. So that is my child in the background, if you can hear that. So your period. They used to call it hysteria, right? Like from the Greek
Yeah, hysterics and stuff.
hysteria. Yeah. And I think that's why they always say
Hysterectomy.
women are hysterical, whatever, because it means
What's
like from
mouth?
the uterus, having to do with the uterus. No, that's this child over here
Oh
banging
yeah, I'm
on.
making noise too. I can hear it from through the. Oh, the door's not closed all the way.
But basically we go through cycles every month, every 28 to 30 some odd days. Some people are off or whatever.
Yeah, I'm one
But
of the off people, which is why I'm crazy.
me, my cycle is like 31 days or whatever.
Mine
Well,
is 21.
whoa, so you just
I'm crazy all the time. I have like a week where I'm normal, just 1 week. That's
but
it.
the crazy comes from this fluctuation in our hormones. I mean, hormones
Mm.
regulate everything in your body. So the hormones are what there's follicle stimulating. I learned all this because I went through fertility treatments too and stuff.
Yeah,
So
you seem
um,
very educated on this stuff.
I had to be because we were scientifically trying to make a child. So
Mhm.
there's a lot that goes into it without you realizing.
See,
But
I want to find out. Gosh,
find out about what?
if I can have kids, like because
it's a simple blood test.
everybody goes through all of those things, and I'm like, what if I don't have to? What if I'm just like pump and dump and having a little
You can
baby?
check. They can check different hormones to
Okay, I'll
how
get that
if you've got
checked.
viable eggs. You can do
Yeah,
all
but
of
you can
that.
only do
Just
it. Can you do it single, or you have to have a partner? You have
you
to
don't
be
have to have a
married,
partner.
or like have a
What?
partner.
Why would you
Like,
have to be married to check on your
I
health?
mean, not married, but to see about having
No,
kids.
no. You
Well,
can get
okay,
donations. Girl, they got them sperm
yeah.
banks.
I don't know. It's so draconian sometimes.
Uh-huh. But yeah, menstruation,
I just
menses,
know
whatever.
I'm ready to rate. I'm ready to kill people usually right before it starts. Then
Ooh,
once it starts, I'm okay. And then I get like a good week and a half.
when you're
And
horny
then
as hell.
I
Okay.
get horny as hell.
Yep. All
And then
of
I get
that
crazy.
is
Yep.
by design
Why? Why, God? How
to
is that
procreate.
beneficial mankind for me to be fucking crazy all month?
To procreate. Well, you're not supposed to be crazy all month, but the thing that makes it
PPMD, what's that
happen,
called?
yeah, there's premenopause
Yeah.
syndrome or whatever, perimenopause,
Yeah.
or no, not menopause,
Menstruation. Yeah.
yeah, and then
Menstrual, whatever.
there's
Yeah.
PMDD or something like that I've seen.
Yeah.
And that's like the very extreme form. People are always like, oh, PMS. Oh, she's just being a bitch because it's PMS. But like if they realized that your hormones are going like this, they're going all up and down, like it would make you irritable, right? It would
Yeah.
make you emotional. Like
Can't watch
your
a commercial without
no,
crying and shit.
your brain chemistry literally is going cuckoo to make your
Mm.
body do certain things that it has to do every month. And so it's like estrogen, progesterone, what are follicle
Damn.
stimulating hormones,
Yeah,
luteinizing
they
hormones.
test all of those, but it's like as long as they're normal levels, I got to
But
go deeper to the
here's the
people.
thing. So your follicle stimulating hormone goes off, and that's what causes ovulation. It causes
Mm.
your ovaries to release an egg, and then you go through your cycle when you're like ovulating. If sperm doesn't meet egg, if it's not fertilized, then all of your hormones basically dump and go to shit, so that everything can dump out of your body.
So it's God punishing you for not having a kid.
So your body gets depressed and it goes and then your
Yeah.
brain goes and everything is out of whack, and then you start it over again and again, and you do it every month. So I mean, I'm fascinated by the female body and like
I
what
am
we can
too. I'm
do.
fascinated, and I'm mad that it took me like 40 years to kind of understand my body more, and not always be so shocked when I'm acting crazy. Like now I know. I'm like it's coming. It's like I try to control it. I'm aware of what's happening, but it just sucks because it's 21 days. So
You have a very frequent
yeah, every
period, like
three
it
weeks I have a
comes.
period. Yeah,
See,
every
mine's
three
31.
weeks.
It's always been 31.
Gosh, that's amazing. And so I
um
thought like the 6 or 7 years ago, I got the one of those the Marina ring, whatever they put in,
a ring or
and
a IUD?
I know the ring for the is it
Nuva ring?
IUD?
Birth control? Is it
No,
like a
it's
ring?
birth control, but it was for period regulation.
Okay, but did
Marina
they
is what's
have
it
to put
called?
it in?
Yeah, they had to put it
Okay,
in.
so it was an IUD. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was a nightmare. It literally made me have my
Really?
period. Like I got it to stop my period. And
Oh.
instead I had my period for months. Like it just would not stop. And it was like not
Oh
a lot,
no.
but just enough to be annoying.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Enough that you had to do
nah.
stuff.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was like, we got to take this out. So I don't
Mm-mm.
know. Like I've gotten tested like for my hormones and everything is normal. Like first of all, what's normal as a black woman? I get paranoid because it's like they're always saying stuff is normal, then people drop dead. So I don't know, but everything is supposedly normal and everything. I don't know how close I am to menopause because that's just a surprise. Like isn't that crazy? Like we don't know when we're gonna have menopause. It's just
Well, they
like
had I guess it's in your 40s and 50s, usually is when you can expect it. And the average age in the United States is 51 years old.
God.
So it's coming. And so it's
I'm gonna be having
basically
somebody kids with all this.
here's somebody. Um, Anybody want to knock Mo up? No.
Hey.
So basically what? So menopause is what, 12 months without a period. And I've heard stories from like women in my family and like older friends who have said that they've gone like 11 months and then their period will show up.
No.
Like Angie on 90 Day Fiance.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like her period just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And so it starts over. So you're not officially in menopause. But I mean, I don't know. Menopause is a nightmare.
Yeah, I heard the hot flash. Although I don't hear people talk about hot flashes anymore. Was that fake?
No,
was that a fake thing?
I mean, I've witnessed my mother's hot flashes. I was the one freezing in the backseat of the car because all the windows had to be down in February. You know what I mean? Like hot flashes are for real. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm scared to feel it. What other feelings come through? We should have your mom come and do a irritability. She ain't trying to talk about menopause. But irritability, weight gain.
Oh no, I already got that.
That's what I'm saying. I was looking at these this morning and I was like, aside from the not having a period thing, like I am in like what
right. Aside from the hot flashes, I don't have that.
Lower libido.
Oh, I don't have that. I wish I did.
Thinning hair, changes in your teeth. Sometimes there'll be bleeding gums.
Oh no.
Vaginal dryness.
Oh no.
These sound terrible. I know, right? No more.
They're like, you don't need to use your cootie no more. You can stay dry.
Yeah, you have.
I'm gonna be an anomaly.
Ooh.
I'll be the exception.
Yeah, so a lot of that, you know, bone density, things like that, like some things you can't control.
Yeah, that's
like psychological effects too. So it's really important to start really focusing. And I think that's what we do anyways when we hit our 40s is focus on our well-being, our physical health, what's really healthy versus what makes us look healthy. And I put that in quotes. So what's actually giving us function and vitality and health. So that's something about menopause. So we're, I guess, in our 40s, that's considered perimenopause. Like we're getting ready for it or whatever. I don't know.
It just needs to come if it's going to come. Otherwise, I need to get some kids.
Oh my God.
This is a nightmare. And this is like today is one of those days where yesterday I had no period at all, thought it was over, but you know, I knew it was playing. And I was like, nah, I'm gonna stay ready. I got you. You thought you was gonna play me?
See, yeah, so why does it like your period comes and then it goes away and you're like, am I done already?
Yeah.
And then boom. Right when you're like, I don't need a tampon, a pad, or whatever. And then you going out thinking you're cute. Yep. You know, you count the days. No.
Right?
The worst.
And it's like, why is it lasting so long? I used to have my period 3 weeks fine, but it was only for like 3 days. It was perfect. And now it's quick. 6 days and stuff. Or it's like, I say it's a week. Yeah, it's a week long because it's that stop, flow, go, spot. Like
I always wonder about that. I wonder what causes that. Like, is something wrong that it's not just going and then out? You know what I mean? Like for me, okay. Postpartum. Okay. After having kids, it's a whole nother situation. So after you have a baby, you're pretty much bleeding forever.
What? Wait.
Because you need to shed all that. Like when a baby,
oh yeah, you still got the lining and stuff.
The lining continues to grow. It's thicker. It's a lot thicker than what you get in an average period, right? Because it has to give nutrients to the baby and protect it and do all that stuff. So there's a lot of blood and fluids and stuff. Sorry if I'm grossing male listeners out or anybody else, but y'all need to learn.
Oh, one of you.
Right. But so you're wearing like the mesh panties and the super crazy pads and the other pads and then pads on top of pads. But you have all this bleeding. And then when your period does resume, because it takes a while, especially if you're breastfeeding, you may not get your period for like a year until after.
Is that amazing? How does it feel? Like, so you haven't had your period for 3 years?
I never had that.
I mean, during pregnancy, you didn't have a period.
Yeah. No period, which is great. But
yeah, was that amazing? How, like, I can't imagine.
Yeah, but then you got other things you worried about. So it's like, so I don't have to use a pad or a tampon, but
you need a diaper.
I'm pissing myself when I sneeze. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I heard that people gotta pee and burp a lot and grow hair.
Ooh, grow gas. All that. Yeah, it's a whole.
That sounds fine. That's better than a period. As long as you're not shitting yourself. I heard that happens sometimes if you have a baby, though. But that happens. You lose control.
That happened with my third.
Aww.
My first two, I didn't, and then
he's like, "Hey, shithead." I'm just kidding.
The doctor was like, "Come on, you gotta push," and I was like, or it was a midwife, I don't remember, and I was like, "I feel like I have to poop." I started crying. I was like, "I can't push. I'm gonna poop."
Isn't that funny?
Like, just do it.
Just do it. It's like it's life, a natural thing.
Yeah, and then to them, it's just like,
I'm gonna shit on you.
Oh. It's all in the same area, so
Yeah, exactly. It's just our little, our little shyness and stuff, the way
they don't
grow up as
care. It's just
humans.
another
They don't
fluid,
care. Yeah,
another
exactly.
thing. Yeah, and he had to come out, so
Yeah.
oops.
Oh.
But whatever. Yeah, babies. But okay, so one of the things that concerned me was at my daughter's last physical, and she's
Oh
7, gonna
God.
be 8 soon. Um,
Oof.
the doctor was talking about, because I asked her about these things. I said some changes, like what's going on when I started wearing a bra end of 3rd grade. Like I developed it
Same.
quickly,
Yeah.
right? So, and my
Yeah.
period came first day of school, 5th grade.
Yep.
I was 10, not yet
Yep.
11. And
And
so
it's 10 or 11. Yeah.
is it? I don't know how.
Yeah. I
Whatever.
think I was in
Anyway,
between
so
10
around
and
that
11.
age.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, my daughter's going to be 8 and I'm noticing some changes in her body. And I said, oh my
Mhm.
gosh, like what's going on, whatever. And the doctor was talking about the pandemic and weight gain and all the stuff, but that the onset of your period, or they call it menarche,
Mhm.
is becoming sooner and sooner for girls. So usually it's between 10 and 15 years old. Average in the US is about 12, but it's trending down. So younger.
Yeah. I've seen 9.
Now, yeah. So now it's 11.1 years old. And I think there's some obviously some hereditary markers that tell you whether you're going to have it earlier. And also they said the biggest factor though is environmental. And they did some studies that showed, sorry, my son is like singing next to me. They did some studies that showed that factors such as like 2-parent households, socioeconomic status, those types of things actually impact when you start your period and when you begin sexual activity. And there is a
when you start your period? I don't understand that part.
I don't know. Maybe it's access to healthcare, better foods, if you're eating organic,
Hormone
or if there's
food. Yeah.
GMOs, like all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff, right? So it might be that. It might be emotional factors too, like stress, because your period signals that you're ready to have babies, right? I mean,
Yeah, I was just talking to
ready
that.
in quotes.
I was just talking to that with a homegirl earlier today, because I was like, like kind of like that argument we always make about veganism. Like, yes, we know we made to eat animals, but we're human now and we don't have to. Well, so you mean that 10-year-old who started their period, they ready to go out and have a baby? No.
Right. Well, they're not ready, but they're physically
capable,
capable,
physically capable to have a kid and carry a kid and all that stuff.
Right. So
it's crazy.
Could you
Why
imagine,
is that?
Can we talk about just the responsibility put on girls? Like, what is a 9-year-old, 10-year-old boy doing? They sitting there picking their nose, farting, and
playing with they thang-a-langs.
Yeah, shoot. You know what I mean? Like, but just the amount of, I feel like innocence is lost, the minute you start to, like, if you said 10 or 11 years old, like, how was that for you? Did you expect it? Was it coming? Did you have pads?
Oh, yeah. Okay. It was so weird. First of all, I grew up in a kind of old school. I think that's probably why I'm so open and everything, because I just don't like that fakeness. So I grew up, no offense, fam. But like I grew up in the old school where it's like, oh, somebody's panties are pink. Oh my God. And it's like, okay, why are they excited about panties? Like, what's going on? Like, why are they discussing somebody's underwear in front of me?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on? And so then I saw on the Cosby Show, Vanessa, I think it was, got her period, and they took her out. I'm telling you, that was my family, man, my ghost family. They took her out to dinner and everything. And so when I got my period, I was scared, and it stunk. Like, I'll never forget, like, I never smelled that.
Like
blood or whatever. Yeah. Like, I don't smell blood. And I just, it had a distinct, I'll never forget. And then in the cotton, disgusting. So I was so excited. I was like, I'm going to get taken to dinner. This is going to be great. Aww. And I told my mom, and then she just basically told everybody, and that was, I was like, okay. And then my dad tried to be nosy and clean my room, and I had my bag of pads, like used pads, and he dug in through it.
Why'd you have a bag of used pads?
Because it was like in where I was storing them for trash.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And he asked my mom, and my mom told me, she's like, yeah, your dad found your bag.
Oh, Lord.
You found your bag of, and I was so embarrassed. I was like, it got all in my business. So yeah, that was my story. It was lackluster. I thought,
I thought I was gonna get something. I was like, oh, this is
Dinner,
exciting.
at least feed me.
Right?
Shoot.
Nobody cared, and it was just more like, oh, don't go have sex, please. Like, don't have sex.
So you had a talk about it after. Don't have
Not
sex.
really.
Oh,
It wasn't really a talk. It was just like, don't do it. Don't, like, it's like not even, I don't even know if the word sex was used. It was just like, don't be fast or something like that. You know, it's like,
don't be fast. You're like, Mom, I wish.
too
I
much
wish I could be
interpretation,
fast.
right? Look, y'all fucked it up. Now I'm looking at me now. I followed your
slow
rules.
as hell.
No,
I ain't
look,
trying
I'm
to be
behind the scene. 20-year-olds getting more booty than me. I don't even know what booty look like. God. Because I ain't part of that hookup culture. That's why.
Oh my
If I were, I
gosh.
can definitely. Ugh, gross. But yeah, that was my story. What about yours?
Mine was the first. Okay, so I became a cheerleader, and I thought I was being super cute, you know, because you could fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth grade. I went to a Catholic school that went through eighth grade, and so I was a cheerleader, and we went to like this gym, Gold's Gym or some gym, because the Laker girls were there, and we were gonna go and like get them to sign these little things and just talk to them and like, oh, cheerleading and whatever. And I woke up that morning, and then I went to the bathroom, and there was just weird stuff going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like blood, but I didn't know what was, you know, whatever. So I just
because it's kind of like thick. It's not like blood.
I didn't know
by
about
itself.
it.
Yeah.
Nobody had talked to me at this point.
And you weren't hurting
anything. There was I never had PMS. I never had anything, you know?
Nice.
So I just took up a whole bunch of toilet paper and stuck it, you know, in between my legs.
You weren't concerned?
Dressed. I was like, well, should I have time for this? I don't know what this is.
You didn't know what it was. You
I
were
didn't
just
know
like,
what it was.
Wow, plug it up.
I guess, you know, and then I went and, you know, did the thing. I was like, oh, you know, whatever, came home, had bled through everything, like not even noticing. And then it went on for another day or so where I was just putting toilet paper. I didn't know what was going on. And then I guess my mom saw my underwear at some point.
Oh,
and
good.
Was like, what's good, you know, whatever. And then she got me pads and stuff. But as soon as she found out about it, she called my whole family.
See,
like
why do they do that?
And I'm like,
yeah, that's okay. So that happened to me
I will not
too.
do this to my daughter. Like she is 7, almost 8, and I've already had conversations with her about what's going to happen. You're going to grow hair in these places. You're going to start
some blood going to come out.
Right. And I told her, you know, this is something that happens or whatever. So
good for you. Look at us.
Well, I mean, I want her to be able to come to me and tell me stuff.
Amen. That's exactly. I want them to be safe. Whatever these kids I haven't had yet that I've been bleeding all my life for.
But my mom's great, you know, but it was just
you're like, okay, ma, no shade, mama.
No shade. Well, no, but it's a different time, different culture, different whatever.
And I mean, I said the same thing. Like my mom was calling everybody. That's what they do.
Yeah. Well, because they were like, "Oh, it's a rite of passage. You're a woman now," in quotes, and it's like I was. Shit,
culturally, were there any kind of customs or anything like that you would have? Oh, okay. Because I know some
jokes.
People have.
They were like, "Oh, you know how you get rid of acne? You take your period blood and put it on your face."
Ew, is that true?
And I have no idea. Like, okay, here's the thing about my Filipino family is they joke a lot. They play like they are. I
love jokes.
Hilarious, and they be playing all the time.
Yes,
so
I love that.
The truth. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's a real thing you're supposed to do or if it's, you know.
Yeah, girl, I'd be on Google. Can I put? Google probably be like, damn, this bitch crazy.
No, because some stuff is real. Like
placenta.
Or the sweat from a man's armpit can alter your period, your cycle.
Yeah, I've seen Desmond Morris, I think his name is.
What the hell?
Anthropologist. Yeah.
But like
smelly shirts.
So
change
maybe
your hormones.
if I took period blood, I would have beautiful skin on my face. You know, I'm not going to.
Well, you already do. So
thank God I don't have. Yeah, thank you, boo.
I'm just admiring.
Aww, I'm in PJs a little bit. I have no bra on. Get
it, girl. I see them jiggly things.
Some people they all the way down here. You can't see it.
I know. I was trying to look.
They ain't up here.
Like I'm gonna see something. I'm like, be yourself, babe.
That's what my shirt says, and that's what I'm gonna do. A lot of people.
Hey, I'll take them. They still got buoyancy, whatever they call it.
A lot of people stopped wearing underwear in the pandemic. And I swore off bras. I
only have a bra on because I went walking and then I got some
care.
worker coming, so I'm trying to.
I don't even care about that.
Nobody see that. Yeah, I mean, sometimes I don't. I walked down the street the other day looking like National Geographic. I'm like, I am who the fuck I am. I'm not gonna get a fucking butt lift or anything. Fuck it.
I'm trying to be comfortable.
Right? I'm not gonna get a breast lift. I haven't even had kids yet.
Speaking of,
since I have 11 years, so might as well, 11 years of fucking bleeding.
I don't even want to think about it. It's the worst.
Speaking of what were you saying?
I was gonna say, speaking of comfortable, there's been an evolution of products for women to help them get through their periods. Does that have anything to do with being comfortable? I don't know. Trying to make a transition.
Definitely ain't comfortable. You saw my experience.
Ugh. Well, okay, so way back in the old school, there were like belts and like sanitary napkins or whatever and weird shit that they would do. But in our time, there were pads. Always has always been around. The brand
always.
Always, right? So I don't know that they had wings.
They had wings for sure.
When I first really,
because I was a side bleeder. I had to get the wings. I was a side bleeder.
Not me. I'm a up and back. Especially when you go to sleep.
Yeah, how would be okay?
It goes all up your booty.
This might be too. Oh, thank you. Oh my God! I was gonna ask that. It's the weirdest thing. I'm like, how is this shit sliding up my ass? How?
Where else is it supposed to go? It's gravity, boo.
But shouldn't it be going down into the pad? Why? It's just sliding, gliding through the pad.
If you lay it on
so
your
it's just gliding through the pad. Yeah, I hate that being the booty. Okay, I'm glad I'm not alone with this.
Yeah,
oh, that's a
pet
peeve.
You wake up and you got a puddle in the bed.
Oh, hold on. Got my order in.
Oh my Lord, is this more booze? How was that gin? I never asked you. How was that gin?
Oh, that gin it's almost gone. It was good. That was good.
So
I gotta order some more.
Was when you tasted it, that's good.
Yeah, it's just it just tastes like so good. So we talked about these fish fillet. No, I'm just saying this is the new.
I can't see. Oh my gosh! How perfect is this timing? Okay, always period underwear.
Right? Underwear.
Now here's the deal. Because everybody got period panties, okay? Everybody got.
These ain't no fucking panties, bitch.
No, but if you're a woman, you know what period panties are. They're your nasty, raggedy underwear. Now those are diapers.
These are fucking diapers. Diapers.
They're just black diapers in a cute little bikini cut.
But shoot, the pandemic's made it easy because shit, I'll just wear these all day, sit and walk around in my diaper all day. Because I'm anemic really? Because I'm
anemic too. I have to take extra iron during my cycle. Yeah. But they have, so those are just straight up diapers, right?
Straight diapers. And I've tried the period panties as well.
I want to know about that. Like Thinks and whatever the other brands are. So they're just panties and you bleed in them?
I think I tried to order some but I forgot. If you have a healthcare savings or flexible spending, period panties are included in that, just so you know.
But I'm talking about the real, like the panties that you wash.
Yeah, the underwear. Yeah.
I want to know from anybody.
Well, mine were gross. I got a knockoff, and they're comfortable. Like
they fit like underwear or what?
They're like underwear, and they have like a thick part in the middle, so it's like some kind of foam or something. But it wasn't wicking or anything, so it's like it's soggy. What? Like
stop!
It stank, and I'm like. I know people are saying, period don't stink or whatever. I'm sorry. If you put blood on the fucking thing and the cloth all day and it's sitting there, it's going to stink. I can't do this. So now I wear it like if I'm going out, I'm like, I might have to go to the bathroom.
Oh, Lord.
Diaper. I'm just kidding. Like it's good for like spotting or something like that. But
lighter flow.
Yeah, I would never. So even when I tried to use it with a cup, because I've tried cups.
Oh, I want to know about the cups too. Really?
I got excited. I got excited with the what'd you say?
The cup.
I got excited with the soft ring. Girl. One time I spilled the whole thing into a chair.
Shut the fuck up.
Because I coughed or something. Like it was something ridiculous. And it was like, And I was like, oh my God.
And you were out in public?
Yes, girl. I had to finesse that. Ooh,
That's
Lord.
a forceful cough. Ooh, Lord, is right.
Yeah, it's
But how you
bad.
finesse that? How you finesse that?
I don't even know. I got some water. I don't even remember what I did, but it
So
was bad.
what's your product of choice then? Are you
These diapers is all I use now in the always wings.
I can't even
I've
deal
tried.
with that. I can't do
Yeah,
that. I don't want to see it. I use tampons. I do not want
yeah.
to see
I don't want no shot, and I bleed too heavily for tampons anyway.
Trampons? Okay, trampons.
Yeah.
No, and I had to step it up recently to ultras. It's that
Yep, I've
serious
been
with the
using that. Oh yeah,
bleeding.
I'm always super.
And I went and talked to my doctor about it. And I was like, and this is like, I'm putting all my medical out here. But I went and talked to the doctor. I was like, I'm anemic. I am bleeding profusely. And I never had heavy periods before. So, and I mean, I was on the pill during like the
I've had
20s
heavier,
and stuff like that.
but this is getting bad now.
This is getting bad. So I'm like, is
Yeah.
it the end of days for
Yeah,
my
is it
uterus?
normal?
Like,
Mine
I
didn't
don't
care.
know.
Mine was like, "Oh yeah, you're anemic because of the heavy bleeding. You gotta." And I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm like that's fine.
And what do? I need
She
blood
sent
in
me
my
to take
body.
some other blood work or something, and she's like, "Oh yeah, that's definitely just a blood anemia. I guess they're different kind of anemias."
Yeah, but it's like, do I need to take supplements? I mean, what if
No,
changing
I
my
already
diet?
do. Yeah, I'm
Yeah, so do
vegan,
I,
so
but they
yeah.
upped my iron.
Yeah,
So
so nah, she's just like take the vegan because she's vegan too. So she was like, take the vegan iron.
so
It's
you
like,
don't no tampons. You're just the panties. I'm gonna try them panties.
yeah, I just use the diapers because it's convenient, and then they really do. They're dry. They
Oh,
soak up
that's nice.
everything, and so it's like not that like you don't feel nasty in them. Whereas the other ones, like I said, those, but they weren't the real things. I'll have to get things whenever I get a flexible spinning or something because that is where it's at.
Okay.
But I'm not paying $40 for no draws that I don't know work.
Is there anything else you do for your cycle? Like I swear by the thermacare wraps. Do you know
Oh,
what
I
those are?
don't
It's like a
get.
heat pad.
I haven't gotten
Ooh,
cramps
knock
and
on
stuff
wood.
for since I had my bariatric surgery. So I
Ooh.
don't know what that did to it.
Hey.
But hey, side effect. Hey, I might not have kept the weight off. I mean, I kept most of it off, but
Yeah, you looking
don't
good.
get.
Stop
I
it.
don't get cramps. So
Well,
that's
I
good.
never did as a child, as a whatever, but I'm telling you, after you have babies, your body is like it's a whole new
Well,
body,
I can't imagine having a kid. That just sounds so painful. That sounds
girl.
painful.
They make drugs.
Yeah. You
I'm
know, I
not too
want my
proud.
doula in a pool, and
I'm not too proud. That's what I thought at first. I was like, oh,
just because I don't
midwife in the
trust the
pool.
healthcare system as a black woman.
And then
So,
my first had to be induced.
mhm.
And that's a fun little bit of torture. Because
What
it's
is
not, it's
induced?
they give you Pitocin,
I've
they
heard of
put
that. What
in
is that?
it's a drug. It's like a synthetic drug that your body makes anyways to help stimulate dilation to
Oh,
increase your
okay.
cervix size. So basically, it's like forcing your cervix to open, and it's a lot faster and a lot
Excuse me.
stronger.
Hmm.
Um, and I've had my first was my daughter was induced. She was a week overdue. My second came right on time, and he was
Oh,
out of my body in less than 12 hours from the first moment I had a contraction. And then my third was like a nightmare. So I was induced as well.
oh.
But there is a difference between induction and just natural occurring labor, the pain level. So that's all
I
I
wish
can
there
say
were a
about that.
way, like if, I guess there's no way to choose because we don't know down the line. But like you said, that's little girls. That's a lot. Like, just think, we've been bleeding for 30 years, every
30
fucking
years,
month, and I've been bleeding every 3 weeks, and,
Lord.
excluding that time where I bled every day. Like, this sucks.
And that's a lot of I mean, it's a lot of responsibility. Not only that, but just I mean, we have friends now who have children who are starting their periods.
Oh yeah.
I had dinner with a male friend of mine from high school who was saying like his daughter hasn't started, but they put little, he was like, there's little baby pads in her backpack, and
Yep,
he's just
yep.
like,
Our
how is this
friend says
happening?
that too. Yeah,
Like
come with the
just the
backpack.
idea that it's coming, and I love that these parents are preparing their
That
children
schools
for
better
it.
have a goddamn pad. Shoot, paying all
But
that
but
money.
but what made me happy was that a father, was talking about how they are preparing their daughter for this to happen. And
As
I
it
feel like
should be.
I didn't have any preparation. And, you know, he was very vocal about wanting to be a part of the conversation, which I thought was wonderful.
Oh, that's endearing. I love that.
Yeah. And it's a different
Time.
generation of
Yeah.
parenting. Yeah. Yeah. And
we're
so
not about this shame and like, why did we
there
live
was
like
shame.
that?
Do you remember? And I know every woman has done this. You took a tampon or a pad and put it up the sleeve of your sweatshirt,
And it fell out. Yeah.
but to walk to the bathroom, like I can't even, I don't even know. Like when I was in law school or even in college, like I would just college. I think I was still a little discreet.
I stopped caring. Like it fell out.
Yeah.
I think it needs to fall out for you to stop caring.
Or
like,
as an adult,
I'm a functioning woman whose body works properly as it should.
Or just at work. I remember at work, I would just I wasn't ashamed at that point because I was an adult and I was like, you know, I ain't got time for this. I'm carrying a tampon to the bathroom. This is what's happening.
Yeah. Oh no, I just feel like modesty. I still, at work, I'll still put it in a little bag.
I mean, it fits in your hand, you know, so it's not, but I'm hoping and I'm thinking it is that kids nowadays, like in high school or whatever, aren't as private about it.
Yeah. It's just one of those stupid things like we talk about with race. We focus so much on stuff that nobody has control over. You can't control your fucking period. It just comes. Like, anybody ask for that? I don't want this shit. I don't want it. I even wanted to get a hysterectomy or whatever. And I don't know in recent times, but back in the day, you couldn't do it unless you had a kid already. I'm sure that's changed. Like, don't I have like that's what I was saying. Like, I don't know. How terrible
is it? Like, if you think like how crazy that you would want to undergo a major surgery to avoid this monthly inconvenience, and it's more than an inconvenience, but it's that bad, you know.
Yeah.
And it's that life altering. That's crazy. I just know I don't see any benefit. I'm not having any more kids, so you can take all this. Go ahead and go. I'm done. I don't need this. I don't need this stress.
Yeah. Then they say being pregnant helps too, as far as your hormones are concerned, because you
cancer
pause.
Too.
Yeah, you pause a lot. So I'm like, I'm not getting any of these. I'm getting all of the bad stuff and none of the good of having a fucking period. What's the point? Like,
there's other stuff you can do. I don't know if you'd be interested, but like some of them, a lot of birth control can impact your period, right? It regulates your period, gets you on a regular cycle.
I ain't about no birth control. I told you my story. That was one of
that's what I was saying. A lot of the side effects are weight gain. Like the shot, I believe, is supposed to stop your period. Just like the Mirena. I don't know if it would.
I don't want to do any kind of thing like that. Like I said, I tried hormones. With that. I tried birth control for period regulation. I think that was the only time I ever had my period every 4 weeks.
That's the plus to it.
Even then I was like, I don't believe in birth control, like personally for me. Yeah, that's my personal belief.
Like
for
hormones.
Me, my body. Yeah, I don't believe that I have to put any artificial shit.
You're the only one that needs to be talking about your body, so that's fine. Like, whatever you decide.
I don't believe like y'all do y'all. Like I don't want to put this into my body, like and fucking shit up. So I after that Mirena, I think they put I'm on a birth control a little bit on that, and I was just like, this is stupid. I'm not having sex, first of all. Second of all, I don't want to take this stuff just to regulate my period because it's all kind of implication. Like I don't want to take
side effects for stuff. Side effects on top of side
Yeah,
effects.
for what? Like,
well, I did. I mean, I was on.
I'm gonna bleed anyway.
But I have friends. I have friends who had the Mirena and got pregnant still. So yeah. And it was like, obviously you have to hurry up and get there.
Yeah.
Take that Mirena out and
because it'll puncture or something, right? Or something bad if you don't know.
Yeah. So.
And they were successful. The successful pregnancy.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
That's a shame. They do
shocking, scaring pregnancy because it was
that baby was meant to be. That baby finna be the world leader right now. Like, oh,
he's adorable.
Oh.
But yeah. So I mean, there's different things you could do, but I think it's cool that science has found a way to alter the period, whether or not it's good for us, to either stop it or regulate it. And I think it all has to do with the hormones. It's hormones. Crazy.
Yeah, I don't really understand hormones, but I just know they make me crazy. And when I say crazy, it's just like you said, those irritability. I think I looked up an article and they call it
Anxiety.
ego depletion. So, like, the concept of ego depletion is that you only have a certain amount of willpower, like every day. And so you get to a certain point, like, okay, I'm not going to eat this.
I
Uh,
only have a little
yeah,
bit.
I got 1,200 calories to eat today. And morning you have a salad, dinner you have a salad. I mean, lunch you have a salad, dinner you have a steak. I don't know. I don't have a steak, but you know. And
You have a tofu steak.
then you have an ice cream. You know, it's just like you just throw it
And
all
then
out the window because it's like you can only
what is that?
ego
When like
depletion. It's
it's like
called.
the witching hour or something, like 7 o'clock
Yeah,
hits. And if I'm not away from food, you
yeah.
better
You
watch
gotta get
out.
away from it. That's how it is. It's so weird for me, especially around my period. I want to eat like a teenager. Like I'm like, oh, I want some ice cream. I want some chips, and it's just like, wow. Like you were saying about changing your body. Like what I've noticed with aging is I don't have a choice. Like I'm just feeling it now. Like I honestly ate like a kid my whole life. And well, that's not true. I would go on a low carb and do this and that and then have my jug of ice cream, like a bottle of wine. But
Those
now
journals were hilarious.
my body, my ass will fight back if I try to eat the wrong thing. So I
Oh,
have
do you have like digestive issues?
is that what it's called? I don't know, but yeah, I got
Okay,
it.
wait, because this ties into period. Do you get period diarrhea?
Oh yeah, I get period poops. Not I don't know if
See,
it's
is that
diarrhea, but
crazy too?
period.
Yeah, but like the poops,
Yeah.
like I don't know if it's diarrhea either. I don't
I
know what the
hate it. I
definition,
googled it. I forgot what it said.
but that's a thing too.
People don't talk about that. The period poops are the
Yeah.
worst.
Yes. And it's just like you're bleeding and you're pooping and you got all
But
this
it's
stuff going
nice
on.
around that part of the period. That's the best time because that's probably my lowest weight of the month. I can't eat.
Right? People are
Yeah.
always like, oh, you're bloated and you get so fat on your period. No, I am the skinniest ever
Yeah.
on my period.
I'm right before I get real fat
Yeah.
because it's
And then,
like,
yep.
yeah. And then it's like, oh, I feel empty again. You know that empty feeling? Like, I haven't
Yes,
felt
I
that
love
in
it.
ages. Yeah.
Love it.
But
Ooh.
the period poops, all of that stuff is like, what is this for? What's it worth? I hate it. Hate it
Eat that
here.
apple. Isn't it supposed to be? I mean, that's one way that they try to
It makes
explain it.
sense. The more I hear about
Punished.
the
We're
Garden of
punished.
the more I hear about the Garden of Eden, like I want to like discuss that with people. I need to find some dorks or something because I want to talk about that. Like the Garden of Eden, it sounds like a story of life. Like it's just like
We can
simple,
make it the live
like
this week if you want.
just a simple story of life. Like that's just how it is. Like codependency and all of it, all wrapped up in one little story.
Shame,
Shame, exactly. No,
trust,
yep.
distrust, fear,
All of the life just wrapped, just a story, a little micro story about life.
predatory. Like that snake was foul.
Temptation,
Yes.
yeah, trust,
Hmm.
yeah, this like not taking people's trust, and then generational curses, then Cain and Abel, like you have all that kind. So it's really interesting. Like I'm not religious, but I
But you
do,
have a background
yeah,
and
like I
experience
do.
with real.
I take stuff as stories. Everything is a lesson. I think you can get a
Same.
lesson in everything. And so, like, what's the life lesson, that you can get from this?
I think that'd be an interesting conversation to have on a live. And I
Yeah.
think there's a lot of people because it would tie into, and we're completely off periods, but it would tie into just why so many people are leaving faith, leaving their religions. I was on Pinterest all day yesterday, and
Oh, I gotta go on there.
one of the pins about parenting was how to raise a child who will not walk away from faith. And I was like, what the hell is that? I didn't click on it because I really don't
How to
care that much.
indoctrinate your babies.
Basically, but it was just it's interesting how many. I went to Catholic school my whole life. I can probably count on one hand how many people are still practicing Catholics that I grew up with, that actually go to church, that actually do all the things. And so I think that would be an interesting
That would be
conversation
a
to
whole
have.
different. I feel like we could do a whole conversation on growing up. And I'm not even really Catholic. I was confirmed Catholic and everything, but we didn't really follow it that much. But that's the thing. It's like people always wanted to pick and choose, and I always saw that with sexual activity. I'm like, y'all fucking, but you believe in Jesus and you don't believe in abortion and things like that. Make it make sense, and you're not married, so you just picking and choosing the rules that you want to pick and choose.
Well, I had a friend, and this was a turning point
Oh
for me.
God, let's trick God.
No, but Sean and I went to dinner at a couple friends' house, and they are Muslim and Catholic, and
Oh, damn. Wow,
faith marriage.
nice.
Neither are like super practicing or whatever.
I was
but
going
they
to
were
say that
raised-
wouldn't work.
They were
I mean,
raised
it
that
happens
way.
all the time, but
And he is one of the most thoughtful friends. Like we always have great thoughtful conversation when we talk to him, Sean and I. And he said something, he's like, well, why are you Catholic? And I was like, what do you mean? Like, and he went to our Catholic high school, because it was a good private school. And he's like, if you are not following every single tenet of that religion, you're not that religion.
that's everybody though.
You can't, right, but you can't pick and choose what's convenient for your life, because part of faith is living inconvenient for you, but according to the rules, right? And that really made me think. And then I had that funky,
I've been saying that
funky experience on like an Ash Wednesday at church when they were talking about politics, and I was like, maybe this isn't for me.
It's just control. I mean, it's really control. What were you gonna say?
No, I mean, just like the faith and the being a good person and being kind and the spirituality of it, I love.
That's what I
still
like.
Embrace.
Yeah. Same.
But the doctrine and the dogma and the rules,
that's
and
conditioning.
that you need to do this and kneel, sit, stand, shake hands, do all of that.
It's just a way to control the masses. Like I started thinking more about that, like when I went to the what's that place in Rome where everybody go, Michelangelo?
Vatican.
Yeah. When I went there, and it's just like you start to see like the way the rich, control everything and manipulate everything.
So rich.
Yeah.
And it should
but it's by rich people. It's not like the clergy. It's like the rich people controlling them. Like I think about Michelangelo, for instance, and like all the wealth he had and everything. It's like these people are wealthy people who are controlling the church. They put the money into the church, and the church moves.
And then you wonder too, because it's also like, to be a priest, to be a clergy person, you take a vow of poverty, right? But then you go
your personal poverty, yeah.
Right? But
opulence.
It's no different to me than the pastor who starts a church and is driving his Escalade and has
got a
nice
fucking
suits
jet.
Yeah. Like it's.
And these broke ass people just sending dollars and dollars and dollars,
thinking that it's going to give them credit with God, like get them, you know what I mean? And it's that just.
I feel like we talked about this before, because I remember when I've sent the guy with the gray hair guy. I don't remember, but I sent him a piece of gum because I was like, that's all I had. I was like,
the 700 Club guy.
Not Pat. No, it was a different one. He's the same idea though.
Yeah, you sent him a piece of gum. Yeah, I mean, that's it. He didn't want no gum. He's like, what is this? He probably
see. That's why I was cursed. I was kidding.
His girl didn't have $1. Yeah, so I don't know.
Period. Poo.
It's the worst. But I still love being a woman. I don't care.
No, I don't. I mean, sometimes I think
I'd rather be a woman than a man.
When I was a kid, I think we had this conversation too, but I definitely wanted to be transgender. I wanted to be a man. Like, I hated being a girl, and I just was like, I should just be a gay man. I feel like I should have been born a gay man.
That's interesting.
I mean, the way people call me sir, even with braids, it's like,
stop.
And I'm single.
Excuse me,
I'm like, am I walking around with some kind of masculine? I'm walking around with some kind of masculine energy or something.
Maybe. Excuse me, sir. That's rude.
Yeah, I'm like, dang. But and I'll never forget the last time it happened. Well, I don't remember the last time, but one of the times that I remember was like in Harlem. I had just gotten my hair braided, and when you get your hair braided, they dip it in hot water, like so the ends won't get frizzy. And so my hair is fucking leaking, like, and I'm trying to like control it. And I'm in the damn Bed Bath and Beyond, and the lady is like, sir. And I'm like, really? Because I was next in line. And she's like, oh, sorry. I'm like, what the hell? Like, and then the airport, the guy called me sir.
Lord.
They
you
always
gotta
call
just
me
start
sir.
wearing some bright ass red lipstick everywhere you go. You can't call somebody sir with some bright ass red lips.
Like, call me sir. I'm like, whoever male soul is in me should have taken away these periods. I hate them. It's just annoying.
I bet. I never called sir. I don't get called. Nobody talks to me. It's like I'm not there. And I
Yeah, I mean, I get called ma'am too, but it's just like, yeah, don't call me, people. Don't acknowledge me.
just don't call. Yeah, I'm not here. I like that.
I'm one of those people. I don't mind. Somebody posted something. This is unrelated, but I thought it was funny. She was like, "Have you noticed people of a certain hue will acknowledge your dog and not you?" And I was like, "No, because I will acknowledge your dog and not you. I don't care about you. I care about the dog." Okay, like
People of a certain hue.
I think she was trying to say white people don't acknowledge her, and I'm like, first of all, I used to get mad at that, but now I'm like, I don't need your fucking acknowledgement. Fuck you in the horse you rode in on. And then second of all,
Damn.
I just don't like people. Generally, I like cats. Like I like animals. Like I like dogs. And so when I'm walking down the street, I don't care. Like I literally do not care about the person. I care about the animal. So I do acknowledge the animals. Sometimes I'll give a fake smile to somebody, but they don't even smile. Like it's not, and it's like I'm not smiling to get a smile in return. But it's like seems like common courtesy. I just smile at the animals, unless somebody cute. If somebody's cute, I'll holler. Oh, I love a cute. Oh, especially a cute little doggy. Ooh, I'll be like, "Hi, cute doggy."
I'm not trying to touch people's dogs.
Oh no, I'm not. They usually touch me. They usually almost always come up to me.
I don't do that. I don't give off that vibe. Animals are not trying to come for me, and that's
fine. Oh, just Dozo.
He ain't even trying. Well, he'll come and he always lays on my feet.
I miss Dozo. I gotta see y'all.
He's cute. Yes, and Napa's calling.
Yes, maybe November. Well, you got a lot going on in November. Maybe next year. What I got going on?
Oh, shoot. Come for Thanksgiving, girl. Well, you don't even eat the food. So.
Yeah, right? Now that would be the worst. I'll have to look at the calendar. Got to get it on. Then to see when the next because I think that's what happened was that the flights were too expensive. Like I could go to
maybe like something.
Yeah, where they're still open and we can still go. Okay, I'll look it up.
Okay.
Any other thoughts, girl?
No, I'm about to order these panties you talked about.
Yes, let me know what you think about it. Have your husband get it so he can get flexible spend.
That's true. I don't even know if he uses any of his flex stuff.
Because it doesn't matter. I think they're not going to be like, oh, how do we know you're using period panties?
But we're all exactly. It's not just his. It's a family account.
Exactly. Boom. Yeah. Period poo.
Anyways.
All right, boo.
I'm going to go lay down. My stomach hurts.
Aw. Well, feel better.
I will.
And chat soon.
Yeah, love you.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye.